This taki you will be connected at the hip by a rope. On timata, you will work together to navigate through an obstacle course. The person at the end of the line will be holding keys which they will use to unlock the crate full of sandbags. Each person in your team must use a catapult to land one sandbag on top of the tower. First team to land all their sandbags wins. Capiche?
It all feels so familiar, and yet so wrong. What is this? I'll let you in on a secret. I like Survivor. So imagine my joy when Survivor New Zealand was announced, and imagine my absolute heartbreak when it was cancelled 2 seasons later. I never truly recovered from that day. But it wasn't the end of Kiwis watching people live on an island. Just 1 year later, Celebrity Treasure Island was rebooted. It's based off an old New Zealand TV show that actually predates Survivor by 3 years. It even came out a few months before Expedition Robinson, Survivor's inspiration. I've heard Colby is a big fan.
I didn't even see what happened. I was watching Treasure Island.
I have never watched the show. I resented it for taking away my dream of one day being on Survivor. Was that fear? It's had 5 seasons, so it must be doing something right. So I watched the most recent season, Celebrity Treasure Island, Te Waipounamu, and boy howdy, I have opinions. This will be 1 part explanation, 1 part review, 1 part comparison, and hopefully answer the question, is this show worth your time? I'll only use footage from the latest season and I'll try not to spoil anything, but if you're worried about spoilers, please just put me on in the background while you browse another tab. And be sure to subscribe, because if I get enough subscribers, I may end up on Celebrity Treasure Island, and I think that would be funny. Let's figure out the format first. 2 tribes of 9 celebrities are competing on an island. Damn, everyone is doing 2 tribes now except US Survivor. The winner of the season gets $100,000 donated to their charity of choice. Each tribe has a captain, which is decided at the first challenge, and boy howdy, we'll get into the challenges soon. The captain has permanent immunity and makes a lot of important decisions that we will also get to. Each episode features the 2 tribes facing off for reward and a bit of power in the game. This is referred to as a face-off challenge. If it's a Captain's Coup episode, the winning tribe's captain gets to choose someone from the losing tribe to challenge the losing tribe's captain, and if they win they become the new captain. If it's an elimination episode, the winning tribe's captain gets to decide which 2 castaways, 1 from each tribe, face off in an elimination challenge. The loser is eliminated. Most episodes also feature a charity challenge. Only 1 tribe competes in these, but as a bunch of individuals. Whoever wins the charity challenge gets a few $1,000s donated to their charity of choice. This goes on until the merge.
Congratulations everyone, you made it to merge.
Where it's basically the same, except now the face-offs are individual and the winner gets to nominate 2 people to compete in the elimination challenge. Eventually only 3 remain, and those 3 compete in one big treasure hunt, which is a series of challenges that ends in one of them finding the safe containing the grand prize. Throughout the season there are twists like the tribe swap, advantages like the reward steal among many others, and even a Survivor auction or 2. They're very clearly going for a Survivor vibe, but I'd argue the format is more akin to Big Brother or maybe even The Challenge. This is coming from a man who has not seen Big Brother and watched 5 episodes of The Challenge on a 14-hour plane ride once. Now that we sort of understand how the game is played, let's talk about the good. There is some good, I promise. I've never loved the idea of Celebrity Survivor, but after watching this, I mean maybe. When you put people in front of the cameras who have spent a lot of their time already in front of cameras, you get some iconic confessionals.
I should have birthed a child before coming here, and that could have possibly helped me.
Well, I like his colour of his hair. He's a nice looking fella. Hello, I'm here.
I kind of got it. Was I supposed to? Get the story.
He's not just the daddy of Karaerea, he's the zaddy of Karaerea, and he may not know what that word means. He definitely didn't at the time, and I still get the impression he's confused by what we're saying.
And yes, there are confessionals and tribes and buffs. It is certainly a Survivor cosplay. Granted, this is a country of 5 million people, so the definition of the word celebrity, it's a bit loose. You've got comedians, actors, musical theatre stars, broadcasters, presenters, activists, pop stars, and of course, an Australian Survivor staple, some guy that used to play rugby. The weird thing about living in New Zealand and being an aspiring stand-up comic, I've actually performed with some of these people. Here's me with James Mustapic. I also think because New Zealand is so small and New Zealand celebrities represent an even smaller group, there's interesting dynamics of people knowing one another before the show. Whether you think this is a good thing probably depends on how you felt about Survivor New Zealand Season 2. It can be pretty similar. Like, Eli and James have done comedy together, so even though they're on different tribes, a lot of Eli's strategy at the start revolves around making James the captain of the other tribe, ensuring they'll both be safe from elimination challenges for the foreseeable future. I also really like one of the hosts. Yeah, the season has two hosts, Bree and Jaden. Jaden is out here doing an amazing Jeff Probst impersonation at basically all times.
Both teams are at the point they've hit each other.
He's very earnest and real. I'm a big fan.
Tēnā koe te rangatira. I was blown away when I found out you were going to be here. How are you feeling about starting the game?
The other host,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how we roll here on Treasure Island.
I don't like her as much, but we'll get into that later. I also kinda like the format. The captaincy is a big deal, much bigger than any Survivor tribe captains. Full immunity, full power over who is nominated, the opportunity to lose your captaincy. It's fun. Alright, is there anything else I like? Some of the rewards are fun. The advantages aren't bad. The auction is obviously fun. It even features people saving their money for a secret advantage. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Should you buy the covered Celebrity Treasure Island item dropping when? Oh, also, the intro goes unbelievably hard, which they had absolutely no right or need to do. This is unironically a banger. Okay, let's move on to the mixed. These are neither good or bad, just different. Instead of each episode covering multiple days, each of the 18 episodes covers exactly one day. That means a lot is packed into one day. You may think this isn't a big deal, but 3 challenges in one episode is a lot. I timed it. In a 44-minute episode, we get about 15 minutes of camp life. It's really not a lot of camp life. It's really a shame because I really enjoy these tribe scenes, and if you love the Social Gamer Survivor, what they actually show us is great.
Welcome to my show of Man vs. Celebrity. I'm Blair Grills.
As I've said before, these are inherently interesting people, but we just don't get a lot of it. Because it is a different game, the strategy is also quite different. Everything revolves around being the captain in the pre-merge or winning the face-offs in the post-merge. If the captain or winner is in your alliance, you're pretty safe. If the captain or winner isn't in your alliance, then you better hope someone in your alliance wins the captain coup soon, or just pray you're not put up for elimination. There are certainly no voting blocks, trust clusters, anything like that. Although much like Survivor, there are advantages. Reward steals, mercy cards which are sorta like idols, mercy card nullifiers which are sorta like idol nullifiers. A good chunk of the strategy is the will they won't they dance around playing these advantages, and this can lead to some insane blowups which do evoke some Survivor-esque moments.
Nauseating, frustrating, and I'm pissed!
Speaking of Survivor, if you want to see people starve on an island, no, you will not see that here. Look at this provided shelter. This is better than the one from Island of the Idols. A roof, curtains, beds, multiple changes of clothes, rain jackets, toiletries. At one point they even get duvets and pillows in a reward. This is insanity. They also get so much rice. This is before we get into the absolute feasts of rewards that may I remind you are happening daily. It's not more comfortable than just staying at home, but I'd be surprised if anyone lost more than a few kilos over the course of the 18 days. Does this matter? Probably not. But if you want to be pedantic about it, this may be why people are less cagey on the show. This is all nothing compared to the biggest mixed bag, something I considered putting in the bad category, the challenges. Remember Survivor New Zealand? That season had some really low budget challenges, almost bordering on dangerous for how poorly they were put together. Does Celebrity Treasure Island do better? No. Let's use the opening challenge, clearly based on Australian Survivors Challenge, but just cheaper. How about the first face-off? Very clearly based on this Survivor Challenge, but clearly much worse. It's serviceable, I guess. The face-offs aren't that bad, but only because they're all stolen directly from Survivor. This challenge is 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 stolen directly from Survivor. Need I go on? The Captain's Coup and Elimination challenges normally aren't too bad, although stolen from Survivor, stolen from Survivor, stolen from Survivor, stolen from Survivor, stolen from Survivor. Does copyright just not exist in this case? I genuinely think it must not. I will have a quick whinge about the first Captain's Coup challenge. This may only bug me. It's Kumara in a Box, which is a blatant ripoff of Carrot in a Box. If you haven't seen Carrot in a Box, it's one of the funniest things ever. Not only are they trying to rip off an iconic comedy bit, it just sets a weird tone. Am I meant to take the show seriously or not? $100,000 for your charity hangs in the balance. This is definitely just me yelling at a cloud, basically. Speaking of charity, I hate most of the charity challenges. Oh my god. Thread the spaghetti through the penne using only your mouth. Weird cat's ball in cup on your crotch game. Accumulate steps on a pedometer strapped to your head. Balance lollies on sticks with a straw. You would never see these on Survivor. They'd barely even qualify for Taskmaster. I don't understand how you can have two pretty decent sets of challenges then completely fumble the bag here. Did they run out of budget? Okay, time for the bad. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like Brie very much. Always preferred Camembert. During the challenges, Jaden tries really hard to give good commentary. Then Brie looks directly in the camera, kicks down the fourth wall, grabs me by the collar, shakes me about, and says something sexual or unfunny.
Sometimes a little blow is all you need. Big blow can end it all too quickly. That we're going to strike! Oh, James gives them a little splash on the way past.
And all I can think during this is, I know what's happening. I can see what's going on. You don't need to take focus away from the challenge to comment at me. Just let me enjoy the show. I think they're afraid of letting any scene breathe. It's weird. Challenges are intercut with contestant confessionals just in case I'm too dumb to figure out what's going on. Scenes cannot transition from one to the other. We need to have narration from Brie telling us what's going to happen next.
Maybe I'll murder a rabbit. No, probably not.
While they're getting to grips with the land, the other team are getting to grips with their name.
We're coming for you.
Is Tohora taking it as seriously?
3, 2, 1.
As soon as she wakes up, she's like, I'll do the rice, guys.
Oh, that's well burnt. Sorry, people.
It's a heavy schedule of putting the rice on and then putting the next rice on.
Why have you made that your job, Mary?
Why? Why do this? Is it because they have way less footage to work with and need this post-production stuff to make things make sense? Are they scared we aren't paying attention? Do they genuinely think some of this is funny?
And Matt, just some feedback from a lady.
Yeah.
A little bit longer would be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I'll see what I can do for you,
Just letting you know.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's my least favourite part of the show. Now to answer the question posed at the top of this video, is this show worth watching if you're a fan of Survivor? I'm gonna say, maybe? If you just want more seasons of Survivor, then no. Don't watch this. This is a show cosplaying as Survivor to get you interested, then it catfishes you. Do you love the social and strategic side of Survivor? I'm sure it's here, but it's not on display. Do you like challenges? You'll get plenty of those here, no worries about that. Will the challenges be good? Maybe. Will the best ones literally be ripped from Survivor? Yes. Do they make me unreasonably angry sometimes? Also yes. So what does this show offer that Survivor doesn't? Well, it's a very fun peek into New Zealand culture. I quite enjoy the captain format. It adds a new layer to the game that isn't seen in Survivor very often. It's like a permanent head of household from Big Brother. And if you're a The Challenge fan, the elimination format may be up your alley. But my god, if you want to just watch a show without being talked at repeatedly, your intelligence will not be respected here. Everything will be spelled out for you explicitly to understand. There will be no subtlety. I recommend watching the first 2 episodes and see if it seems like your thing. It far exceeded my expectations, but they were very low because I've been a hater for 5 years. Whoops. But what do you think? Did this show sound like something you'd enjoy? Have you seen it before? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe so that I can be on the show one day. Until next time, I've been Henry Hitman Celebrity Treasure Island, and I'll see you at the weird luxury camp.